dropped. So let's lock that in. Now, Kyle's dress that we approved is no longer approved because it just, for us, doesn't go with Dorit's. And this hooded thing of Dorit's, and I'm not saying this is my opinion, I'm just giving you an example. This hooded thing of Dorit's trumps Kyle's first dress. So now we have to get back to Kyle and say, you can no longer wear your first dress. Send us your second choice. Or remember that second choice? Let's go with that. That's so great. Let's lock it in. Then we see Garcelle. We would have chosen option 2, but or we would have chosen option, 2 with option 1. But because of these 2, now we have to go to the third option of Garcelle because that's what matches with this. It's a whole thing for these reunion dresses. You don't just wake up and say, this is what I want to wear. If anyone didn't know that, there you go. There's some tidbits. But there's a theme, and you have to submit your dress and your look to Bravo production, and then it has to get approved. And they don't just approve in a vacuum. It depends on what everyone else is wearing. It's a whole thing, guys. Reality TV, where's the realness? Maybe I should write a book called that, huh? Anyway, love Denise's pink. Love that, we have Dorit referring to the upside down jacket. And Dorit is like, I ain't going near this. Sutton, as we're wrapping up, or, like later says that she talks about her second date and she gives herself I have a funny story. She gives herself a pat on the back for getting to the second date. And she says it's all because of Alessandra. Well, okay, so I went to the Ivy on Saturday night, this past weekend with friends. So I'm sitting there eating dinner, with my friends. Here's the thing about my friends. They know that I don't fucking want to talk housewives at literally at all, but somehow they can only help themselves so much. So it comes up somehow. And then I just shudder and like look down at my martini and take another sip and say, fuck my life. But one of my friends, Michael, is like, oh yeah, this season, like Sutton's matchmaker. And I'm like, uh-huh. Where are we going with this? Because I'm like, now we're gonna analyze fucking episode 3. Pay for my Patreon, fucking ungrateful friends. Well, he's like, oh, I reached out to Alessandra. And I'm like, excuse me? What? Huh? And he's like, well, because my friend Michael wants to date. He wants to date. I don't even know. I mean, isn't this crazy? I don't even know exactly how old my friend is. I don't know anything. Um, he's like of a certain age, but not so old. I would say probably like early 40s, whatever. I mean, you always like have a general idea of what your friend, I don't know. People are probably like throwing darts at me now, like, bitch, how self-absorbed are you? They don't know how old these people are. But who knows anyone's phone number or exact age? Anyway, my point is he wants to date 45 to 85. That's his demographic. He'll admit it. He wishes that he was Erika Jayne and, could bag an 80. So he basically wants to date for money. That's what I'm saying. So he reached out to Alessandra and said, hey, guess what? I am available. He did have a sugar situation before. So he wants another sugar situation. He reached out to Alessandra and she said, I don't really specialize in the gays. And let me refer you to someone who specializes in the gays. Then I said, oh, it's funny because I'm fixed up with someone, even though I haven't met them, and I'm texting them through my good friend Patty Stanger. Oh, my friend Michael. Oh my God. Can you connect me with Patty? I want to be in the dating pool. I'm like, all right, all right, all right. I'll connect him with Patty. Let me make love for someone. But there you go. So my friend reached out to Alessandra here in LA. And she said, girl, I don't do the gays. I mean, she might have phrased it a little differently, but she referred him to be a dater in another gay service. And I said, if you want to meet a rich person, I'm going to introduce you to the one and only Miss Patty Stanga. She'll be happy. Sutton, yeah, that wasn't the right guy for you. And then Sutton said, the only person I want to date right now is my work. Sutton, girl, call me. We have a lot in common. I love dating my work. It is so fucking fun. It really is fun, guys. I'm not just saying that. Kyle and Mauricio. Now Kyle and Mauricio have a conversation, and Kyle is like, he thought I was going to have the party in a parking lot. I mean, these two just, I mean, Mauricio is checked the fuck out. Somebody slipped into my DMs. I'm going to read this. I'm not even going to reveal who it is, but it's not someone like that you would know. But someone slipped into my DMs and said this based on our Patreon last week. She said, hold on, guys. You want me to read this DM? It's an interesting one. It's about Kyle and Mauricio. Give me a second. Oh my gosh. Hello, Bronwyn. I see her here. She's popping up. Okay. This is from a listener who just said, I just listened. This literally came in at, I don't know, 5:50 yesterday. I just listened to your Patreon podcast about Kyle and Mauricio and whether they had chemistry over the years. I guess last week we said something about, I said, like, I mean, the writing was on the wall. She said, I just rewatched RHOBH from the beginning for the third time. There are 13 seasons. Are you fucking kidding me? You guys, you guys. And then you want to know why this microphone is on and why I can afford this cup of coffee. I mean, it was actually free. Our coffee, our lobby here in this building has a great fucking free coffee bar. But that is not the point. I can afford this coffee because of all of you. I mean, I just rewatched RHOBH from the beginning for the third time. You rewatched 13 seasons for the third time since the beginning. My hat is off to you. I am on bended knees. Then she said the relationship. So she's done some recon for us here because I said, have the signs been there? I think so. She said the relationship was 100% one-sided. Mo seems the same towards Kyle. She was very into him, and he has clearly checked out and cold and just a yes man to her over the years. You can tell he was fake and just saying what she wanted to hear. He's no confrontational and avoided telling her anything she didn't want to hear. Also, her anxieties and controlling personality drove him nuts. You can tell. Love your podcast. I don't disagree with this listener of Behind the Velvet Rope Patreon. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. You know what I'm saying? So if anyone else wants to rewatch this lovely listener, I would mention her. I feel weird sometimes about shouting out DMs unless it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I give the person's name. I just feel like, is that really the right thing to do? Um, yeah. Yeah. Erika Jayne takes the stage. I saw her in Vegas, guys. Denise slams her as lip syncing. It's kind of funny. Um, Again, I was in Vegas. I don't really know if it matters. I mean, I had a great time. I had a good seat, right? Erika says she's only happy when she's on stage. The only happy moments over the past 4 years are when she's on stage.